After the success of Chandrayaan-3, we are celebrating National Space Day, and today we have with us Dr. V. Narayanan sir. Sir, I just want to know that what is the issue now with the Chandrayaan-4? How prepare ISRO for Chandrayaan-4?
As you all know, we had the first interplanetary mission Chandrayaan-1, which found water molecules and made all Indians proud. And India is the first country which found water molecules on the moon. And then we went ahead with the Chandrayaan-2 in the year 2019. Even though we could not accomplish the soft landing, we had a lot of achievements through that mission also. We are having an orbiter in the orbit. It was designed for 1 year lifetime, but because of our innovative mission management techniques, it is going to work for 7 years. Last 4.5 years, it has given enormous data. In fact, we are having a camera in that orbiter called OHRC, on-orbit high-resolution camera, having 30 centimeter resolution. That is the best camera available on the moon surface as on date. I think every Indian can be proud. You can Google to see the photographs taken by our OHRC.
Surface of moon.
Surface of the moon. And we are having enormous data. Coming to Chandrayaan-3, last year 23rd was a historical day for the entire scientific community and all Indians. And we have successfully soft landed on the South Pole, and India is the only country and first country which has soft landed near the South Pole.
Yes.
And,
Sir, I just
and
want
now
to
coming to Chandrayaan-4 is the next mission. In Chandrayaan-3 we soft landed. Chandrayaan-4 we are going to soft land, take the sample and bring it back to Earth for further research.
Sir, we get the data of Chandrayaan-3 now. The ISRO released today.
Yeah.
What is the details of data?
There are huge data we have got. Let me explain couple of things. Number one data, we wanted to understand the thermal temperature profile on the moon surface. And we had a fantastic instrument and we pierce it inside the moon surface. And you know, on the moon surface, the temperature was 60 degrees centigrade. In 80 centimeter down, we are seeing minus 10 degrees centigrade. Yeah. So that is one discovery. Second thing is the plasma. We put an instrument to understand what is the type of plasma, and we have discovered the plasma density on the moon surface. Then we had found out a lot of minerals on the moon surface, like oxygen, titanium, chromium, manganese, sulfur, like that so many minerals we have found out. Then we also wanted to understand, is there any seismic activity on the moon surface? And we had an instrument with number of vibration sensors.
Yes.
And there is, we have discovered seismic activity also, not all parts, some places.
Sir,
thereby,
one more thing. You have experience with Chandrayaan-1, Chandrayaan-2, Chandrayaan-3. Now the Chandrayaan-4, we are hopeful for that. What is your opinion about that?
No, it is a different mission all in together. Chandrayaan-4, we are going to soft land and we are going to take sample and bring back. Now, taking sample and coming back, lot of technologies are
soil sample.
Now, for example, one is after landing, you have to successfully take back, come back. Another one is you have to take sample and pack it. Then you have to enter into the moon surface and return back. Now, towards this, I want to tell the viewers, as part of the Chandrayaan-2, Chandrayaan-3, we have demonstrated two small technologies. You know, after successful landing, the rover came out. Then the lander, we operated our engines developed by Liquid Propulsion System Center in Trivandrum and Bangalore. We lifted and placed in another place. That was one technology we have demonstrated. Second thing is the orbiter, which was we call it as a propulsion module, that we brought it back to Earth orbit. these two technologies we have demonstrated as part of Chandrayaan-3 itself. Thereby, it is a complex mission. You are having Chandrayaan-4 in the background. It's a complex mission, but it has to be accomplished in a fantastic way. We are quite confident we will accomplish as planned.
Sir, I saw the new rocket, Surya. Can you give me some details about the rocket? Because you know, the rocket is the only one thing everybody want to know, that how powerful rocket we have.
Now before going to Surya, let me give you a little background.
Yeah. ESLV.
Till today, we have developed 6 generations of launch vehicles, starting from SLV-3, ASLV, PSLV, GSLV, Mark 3. Now the first launch vehicle successful mission was done in the year 1980. The SLV-3, the lift-off mass of that vehicle was 17 tons, and it placed a 35 kg satellite in the low Earth orbit. And after 37 years, 2017, we accomplished our Bahubali rocket LVM-3 D1. For all viewers, easy to remember, after 37 years when we launched, the lift-off mass of that rocket was 37.4 times higher than the SLV-3. And the capability of Mark 3 was to take 8,500 kg to low Earth orbit, or something around 4,200 kg to geotransfer orbit. That is the capability of that vehicle. Now coming to our next generation launch vehicle, what you are seeing, called new generation launch vehicle Surya, this is another game changer. And compared to Mark 3 vehicle, the capability of this vehicle is 4 times higher.
4 times higher?
In terms of low Earth orbit payload. Mark 3, our capability is today 8,500 kg to low Earth orbit. This can take up to 30,000 kg to low Earth orbit. And this is basically having a three-stage vehicle with 2 strap-ons. And first stage is a liquid oxygen methane based stage, and you can see the engines. It is powered by 9 engines in a clustered mode. Each engine will generate 110 tons of thrust. Liquid oxygen and methane is the propellant combination, and having 450 tons of propellant loading. And second stage again is a LOX methane stage with 120 tons of propellant loading and powered by 2 engines, 2 of the same engines. And upper stage is a C-25, rather C-32 cryogenic stage, but the size of the tank gauges will be 5 meter diameter. Basically, if you see the diameter of the vehicle is something around, rocket is something around 5 meter diameter, height is 93 meter height. Our Mark 3 vehicle, the Bahubali rocket, what we are talking today, is 43 meter height. 43 meter. And this is 93 meter height. And this rocket also has got 2 strap-ons, solid strap-ons. Sometime we launch only the core stage, plan to launch only the core stage. That will give something around 20 ton to low Earth orbit.
The power is double also, and the length is also double.
Length is also more than double. And the capability is 4 times of the Mark 3. Please understand, with the 2 strap-ons, it can place 30,000 kg to orbit. In addition to that, Honorable Prime Minister has announced that we have to take our own brothers or sisters to moon and bring them back safely. For that, the variant of this vehicle will be further improved to have a capability of 70,000 kg to low Earth orbit.
The Surya also will use in Gaganyaan?
No, Gaganyaan we are going to use only LVM-3 rocket. LVM-3, human rated LVM-3 rocket. Now one thing, this engine is a liquid oxygen kerosene based engine. First time we are developing. In fact, we developed...
Kerosene based?
No, liquid oxygen and methane. Liquid oxygen and methane based propulsion system. A 20 ton technology. In fact, to develop this technology, you have to master a lot of things. And we listed what are all the technologies required. To understand and to design this engine, we conceived a 20 ton class technology demonstrator engine. And during COVID time, some of you may be thinking that the work output was less. It was more actually during that time. In a very, very silent way, we conceived that engine, and we successfully 7 times tested. and we learned lot of technology. With that background, now the engine design is going on in the Liquid Propulsion System Center of ISRO.
My best wishes for your future project, sir. And I'm very grateful to meet you. Now, I just want to know that one thing more. Gaganyaan is known for human mission.
Yeah.
So, each and everything you are projecting and checking about this basically project. So, what is the hope and what is the challenges are there?
For Gaganyaan.
Yeah.
Before I go to Gaganyaan, one important point I want to tell you with respect to this rocket. Till today, whatever rocket technology we have demonstrated is all expendable vehicles. Now, to reduce the cost per kg launch, the first stage of this rocket we are going to recover back. So the engine, everything system is designed to recover back and use multiple times. That is one of the speciality of this rocket. Now coming to your question of Gaganyaan, when you talk about Gaganyaan, the objective is very clear. We have to take our own brothers or sisters to low Earth orbit using our rocket. That is the objective. And now the technologies involved for that program are the following. Number one, the rocket, LBM-3 rocket, we have to do human rating of that rocket. That is one development. Human rating means you have to improve the margins, you have to bring lot of redundancies, and everything you have to bring. That is one development what is required. And with respect to that human rating of the vehicle, if you ask me, there are 3 propulsion systems in that rocket. All the 3 are successfully human rated, and we have carried out enough tests. For example, I am now lead. I am the director of the Liquid Propulsion System Center. We are having a core liquid stage and upper stage is a cryo stage, and we have planned a test. Number of tests we have planned. Last 4 years we have completed all the tests. I am happy to report that all the tests were successful.
In Gaganyaan.
In Gaganyaan, all the tests were successful with respect to the vehicle. Second major development is the orbital module. Orbital module is the one in which the human being, 2 of our brothers will be kept. They have to stay there and that has to be taken. That is another important development. And if the human being has to be safe inside, there is a system called environmental control and safety system. Basically, you have to maintain the required pressure levels, oxygen content, and hydrogen content. CO2 has to be reduced to the barest, whatever level required, and relative humidity has to be maintained, temperature has to be maintained. All these things has to be done. That is another important development what is taking place. Next one is the crew escape system. During the entire flight passage, if anything happens, starting from the time crew enter into the module in the launch pad, anything happens, we have to safeguard them. For that, we have to develop a crew escape system. And basically, it is a solid propulsion system, fast burning propellant system. It will, anything happens, you authorize, simply human being will be, our brothers will be taken safely and they will be landing safely. And another thing is
ejected basically.
Basically it is like that. Another thing is, now the launch vehicle will take them to a altitude of 170 kilometers. From that, we have to take them to 400 kilometers and circularize, and we have to keep there. For that, we have to develop a new propulsion system called service module propulsion system. And that system is totally developed. We are in the final phase of testing. In fact, 3 days back, we did a successfully a test before coming to Delhi. And another thing is, when they are orbiting, we have to bringing them back. We have to reduce the velocity. In the orbit, they are rotating with high velocity. For that, we have to develop a crew module propulsion. That development is successfully completed. In fact, we have designed the engine, successfully completed all the tests. Now, beyond this module will bring up to 7 kilometers. From there, they have to be brought by parachutes, a set of parachutes. And this development is taking place in Agra. And almost 9 parachutes are required. That work is going on. Now, in nutshell, if you ask me about Gaganyaan status, most of the vehicle-related developments are completed. Now, orbital module, environmental control and safety system development is going on, and we have to do a couple of tests. And immediately we cannot put our human being and we cannot send because safety is very, very important. Yes. Now what we are planning is, we are planning to have 3 unmanned missions. First mission is planned this year called G1 mission. And after that, 2 more mission without human being we are going to demonstrate. If reviewing all the results, we are going to clear the prestigious H1 mission. I am 100% sure it will be a safe and successful mission, and we are going to make all the Indians proud through that mission also.
My best wishes, sir. And now we are hoping the after Chandrayaan-3, Gaganyaan and the Chandrayaan-4 mission will be successful by ISRO in future. Piyus Pandey, TV9, Bharatvarsh, New Delhi.